Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I just want to do a quick video on the Puma Thunder Desert. You could definitely classify this shoe in with kind of the whole chunky shoe, dad shoe category. And it's something that I don't really have in my wardrobe. I do have the young ones, but they're in, I don't know why I got them in bright orange. Like, I like the design of the shoe, I like looking at the shoe, but when it comes to wearing it, I just can't wear it. So I don't really know why I got those, but anyways. A way I like to think about this shoe is it's a wearable and non-offensive Balenciaga Triple S because I'm kind of jumping the gun right now, but it has a very similar lace pattern going up, and then just the layering throughout the whole entire shoe kind of reminds me of it, but again, it's very wearable, and I think you can kind of get away with pairing this with almost any outfit. So my friend ended up picking these up near when they came out, and I really liked how he styled it, and I really liked them in person. And then over spring break, I did go on a trip to Paris, and first off, the Parisian style is incredibly nice. Everyone dresses very well, but I did see a lot of people wearing trainers and sneakers in very cohesive, classy, but chic and casual outfits. So for example, I did see a lot of people wearing like all white young ones, and then kind of have neutral earthy tones throughout the outfit, and then they'll match it with let's say like an overcoat. It just worked out very well, and I really admire the Parisian style. So I did see several people wear these Thunder Deserts, and so when I came back and I saw they were on sale, I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and I'm super happy I did because I really like these shoes. This is different than what I normally have in my wardrobe, but I think that's good to kind of expand it so not all my shoes are performance-based like tech shoes, because at the end of the day, this is a fashion sneaker. So with that being said, let's just hop into the review of the shoe. Starting off with kind of the whole aesthetics of this shoe, I really admire the color palette used throughout this sneaker. I think all the different layers of this off-white kind of tan color palette really complements all the different layers designed throughout the whole sneaker with different materials and all that. I just think this colorway really complements the design of the shoe. As you can see, you have like the darkest colors down here, kind of where it will get dirtier, and then the only true white on the shoe is here on the laces. And as you wear it, the laces will get a little bit more dingy, but I don't think it will look out of place with the shoe. The midsole and sole, it's super chunky, and it is quite heavy as well. It's not super cushioned at all. However, the insole is very soft, and I would say these shoes are just as comfortable as a pair of Adidas Superstars or Air Force Ones. So they're not uncomfortable by any means. But as you can see, you do have different materials throughout the shoe. So for example, right here, this kind of lighter color, it's kind of a harder plastic, whereas the rest of the shoe, it's kind of a similar rubber compound with different textures throughout it. And then here on the sole, it's not super grippy, but you do have kind of a nice sticky rubber compound on it, so you're not gonna be slipping all over the place. Now, moving on up to the shoe, this part of the shoe right here, it looks like it's leather, but it's actually rubber. I think that's kind of cool that they incorporated different materials in the upper other than just leather. Moving on to this textured leather right here that kind of makes up this classic Puma design. It is a texture, kind of looks like scales almost. I think that's a nice touch. And then moving on to the toe box, you have a very soft leather on there, and that same is matching up here near the laces. Now the bulk of the upper is this very nice soft suede, which I learned suede is the leather from the inside of the skin of a cow. I now know that. Fun fact. And then moving on to the heel, you can just see kind of how chunky this heel is. But I do like how it layers up. And one of my favorite design points of this sneaker is this extra heel tab on the inside. It not only adds extra comfort, but it kind of continues the theme of layering, not just up through the sole, but up all the way continuously through the shoe. So in design, I think it's a very cohesive shoe. Earlier, I did mention the lace pattern being similar to the Triple S, and as you can see, it kind of loops in and out. Moving on to the tongue right here, you do have this debossed Puma logo right there, and then it's also debossed Puma on the heel pull tab. But really, that's all the shoe right there. There's not too much more I can say about it, but I really like the use of different materials in this shoe, and I also really like the use of different tones of tan and off-white throughout the whole entire shoe. Now, my friend that does own this pair, he did say that they do kind of scuff kind of easy, but he actually liked how they get dirty like that. Because it is that off-white, I think it adds character to the shoe as they get dirty and a little more worn in. That's something to keep in mind with this shoe. So when it comes to styling these shoes, I think it's pretty easy. I just want to make a quick disclaimer that I haven't had these shoes very long, so I really haven't experimented with a lot of different outfits so far. So some of the outfits I'm going to be showing you, they're not like the all-time best, but I do think the shoes work with those outfits. So this first fit, I try to keep the whole theme of that earthy tone throughout the whole fit. So I'm wearing some white socks, actually white diabetes socks, which I highly recommend for comfort. The most comfortable socks by far. Even if you don't have diabetes, you should cop. Anyways, and then I have just some green cargo pants that I have that kind of earthy tone to it, and then an American Apparel t-shirt that's kind of a washed out gray, and then a tote bag that's a similar tone to the shoes. It's a little bit darker, but I still think it works well with that whole earthy tone feel throughout the whole entire fit. I think what would improve this fit would be either baggier cargos or a better fitting t-shirt. I just think the proportions are a little bit off with this fit. I do think you can kind of dress these shoes up into a little bit more of a smart casual way. For example, in this fit, I do have some wool pants that I did cuff, and I'm still wearing them with white socks just to help the gradient of the fit. And then a black t-shirt tucked in, and then this tan overcoat or trench coat that I got from Topman, I believe. And not that the coat is the same color as the shoes, but it's a similar tone. So I think it somewhat works. I do think that this coat were longer, it would make the fit better, but I am tall, so things can kind of be short on me. So I could have sized up, but then it would have been too big. So this last fit, it's very simple. It's just a white long sleeve t-shirt from Uniqlo, and then some baggier Rothco BDU cargos that I do really like how they kind of drip over the shoes, and then the baggier pants I think match the proportions of the chunkier shoe. And then I still have that kind of tan tote bag with this fit to kind of match a similar color to the shoes. But really, that's kind of it. I would say with these shoes, just style it as if it was a pair of just white sneakers, and you think you should be fine. But because it is kind of an earthy tone to it, I think if you play around with those kind of olives, washed out grays, those beige colorways, I think it can really complement the shoe though. So that's kind of all I have for styling. If you guys have any styling tips, please drop in the comments below, because I would love to learn from you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I just want to apologize for not uploading for like a month. I got very busy with school before spring break. I had 2 midterms then, and then the next day I went on my trip and I was gone all spring break. And then I came back, had to study for 2 more midterms. And then so just now I'm kind of getting back into my normal routine. But I do have 2 techwear videos that I'm working on right now that I think you guys will really like. But anyways guys, again, thank you. And thank you to everyone who subscribed. I really appreciate every single one. Appreciate all the support. So with that being said, I'll see you in a video very soon. Promise very soon, not a month later. But anyways, see ya.